Do we have a moment for Rachel Zegler and Snow White? There is an update in that story today. There was an in-depth piece, like a behind-the-scenes piece. Was it Variety? Talking about how they've been in a full meltdown about this girl for a couple of years now, and how they had her tweet out like a little, "Yay, Snow White, can't wait, so excited, I love to play her." And she did it and got like millions of views, and they were like, "Good job, Rachel." And then she like minutes later followed it up with, "And never forget, free Palestine." This is just like a few months after 10/7. It was like, it hadn't even been a year. And they were like, my God, what?
Certainly, Rachel Zegler has become one of the most despised people in the entertainment industry in a very, very short time.
Rachel Zegler has been canceled from the Snow White movie.
The Rachel Zegler effect has begun. I have a sneaking suspicion the strikes only pop out for the fact that she has had so much negative press. She is certainly one of the key reasons why the Snow White movie is absolutely...
With the Walt Disney Company already in panic mode over Snow White 2025, just flopping at box office, based on how much they've really poured into the budget on this thing, as well as marketing expenses that factored into all of that, along with the merchandise that they actually wasted on, everything to do with Snow White is a failure across the board when it comes to the acting, the producing, the directing, the writing, even the cinematography just looks like a fever dream of this movie.
Rachel Zegler's Y2K bombs at the box office following Snow White Backlash. This is a disaster for them. You can see the weekend domestic chart. Moana 2, Wicked, Gladiator 2 in the top 3. Got to go down a little bit to see Y2K from A24 $2.1 billion. I guess that's not a surprise when you hire the most unlikable person in the entertainment industry.
If this isn't a complete embarrassment for a Hollywood elite actress, I don't know what is. But the controversy doesn't just end with the numbers. Right now, Rachel Zegler is facing intense backlash from Disney, as many believe she's single-handedly sabotaging her own career. The rumors are swirling, and evidence keeps piling up, suggesting Disney is ready to cut ties with her for good. Reports indicate that her contract with Disney is set to expire by Christmas, and the studio is already considering dropping her. The reason? A string of failures so big that even content creators couldn't help but react.
Another flop. Yet another flop for Rachel Zegler. Like, at some point in time, you got to start scratching your head and wondering, why are people putting Rachel Zegler in movies? Rachel Zegler does not bring boys to the yard. In fact, she scares them away, all right? She's like an old lady, a bitter old lady with a water hose. Just screaming, "I get away from my yard, you bastards." Like, that's basically what Rachel Zegler is doing when it comes to these movies.
A blockbuster hit. Like, none of her movies have been successful. So Disney banking big, Snow White, and of course Rachel Zegler. Really, really stupid. Really.
Rachel Zegler being the biggest name in the cast, and it is a flop. This movie had a $15 million budget, and it has only made $2.1 million domestically. By all accounts, this is a huge and utter failure at the box office, and it's another Rachel Zegler flop. Let's be real. She was in West Side Story, which didn't perform well. She was in Shazam! Fury of the Gods, performed so badly in theaters that it went to streaming like 3 or 4 weeks after it initially released.
Many high-profile content creators have brutally criticized Zegler's performance in Godzilla x Kong, with some even dubbing it the beginning of the Snow White disaster. The comparisons are ruthless. When stacked against Wicked or Moana, the numbers speak for themselves. Those films exceeded expectations, while every project Zegler has touched seems to have crashed and burned. And now, some film analysts claim that every movie she's starred in has flopped miserably. Many even blame Steven Spielberg for giving her a break in Hollywood, though that might be an extreme take. But let's be real. Think about it, Shazam 2? A total disaster. The Hunger Games? Underwhelming. GXK? One of 2024's biggest cinematic failures. With a track record like that, this isn't just bad for her resume, it's an outright stain on her reputation. And while some argue, well, she got paid, so who cares? Hollywood doesn't work that way. Here, image is everything. Once your name is tarnished, those golden doors won't open again. Even Zegler herself once said it. This is Hollywood, baby. And Hollywood never forgets. That's why so many actors have vanished into obscurity, never to return. So why exactly is Rachel Zegler one of the most disliked actresses today? Does she really deserve all this backlash? Or is she a victim of something bigger?
Why they not like Snow White? The reason why is that the actor that plays Snow White, she acts like a bitch all the time.
I'm a narcissist.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, like, cast a guy in the movie. Andrew Burnap, great dude. It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be. I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by Prince.
She's not going to be saved by Prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she were fearless, fair, brave, and true.
I just don't understand how your story about feminist empowerment is everything was great, a man was controlling the kingdom, a woman takes over, kingdom goes to shit, she kicks out the younger woman because she's jealous about it, and then the younger woman goes to another man's house and cleans up all their houses, and this is the story about feminist empowerment? It's like some kind of sick joke.
Many believe the answer lies in radical feminism, claiming Zegler has embraced it to the point of alienating audiences. They say her extreme takes and reckless behavior have made her Hollywood's latest villain. And behind the scenes, the drama is even worse. Reports suggest she caused serious issues during the filming of Snow White, even putting Gal Gadot in harm's way. A producer allegedly had to step in, warning her about her unprofessional attitude. The result? Zegler has become one of the most hated actresses in Hollywood. Just scroll through YouTube and you'll see it for yourself. The Snow White trailers featuring Zegler flooded with dislikes and hate comments. Fans are demanding that Disney remove her, cancel the film, or even swap her role, saying that Gal Gadot should be Snow White and Zegler should play the evil queen. Obviously, that's impossible, since the movie is already finished. Even the most outspoken content creators, who don't hold back, have called attention to just how disastrous this situation has become.
This downfall of Rachel Zegler, who hates you, is brought to you by MetaPCs.com. It's the only computer I use, the only computer I trust. Promo code quartering will save you money. It's veteran owned. They're financing, ready to ship PCs, custom PCs. You could do AMD, you could do Intel. It's the only computer I use, computer Maggie uses. It's the laptop I use.
This is someone who is as entitled as, I don't need your business. You know what? Maybe Disney does. Maybe you're a tool. You're a pawn in this film. You didn't write it. You didn't direct it. You have nothing to do with the creation of Snow White. You should shut up and do the...
At this point, Zegler's career is hanging by a thread. She's in the middle of a full-blown Hollywood crisis, and the reason is Snow White. Right now, the film is being labeled one of the worst movies of all time, a title no actress wants attached to her name. But what do you think? Does Rachel Zegler deserve all this backlash, or is the internet being too harsh? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you have to say. That's it for today, guys. My name is Carlos, and this was The Immortal. See you in the next video.